out there. Like I didn't know. Like
I know, dude, you're doing like meet and greets out there like crazy.
his family is super nice. Like they're from Alabama. I know you like
Is that
that. So.
Commodore guy?
Yeah. The family is super sweet. He left me a bottle of wine, even. But I didn't
Nice.
drink it all. So it's just funny because it's kind of like a cruise in a way, like because like we didn't plan that obviously with him and his family, and I think I saw them like 5 times. And, like you just bump into each other, kind of like a cruise.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that'd be awesome. And then Jody and all them were out there.
Yeah, because like one morning, like we were just on the beach, and then bam, there was David and his wife. Like the girls were like in the kids club area, and then one morning I was like trying to record some audio because they do this like morning greeting at 7 a.m. And I could barely hear it from my room, so I wanted to like get a good video of it. And then bam, like pops up David, like, "Hey Scott, good morning, how's it going?" Like, it was just like it was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
so we knew Jody and Tim were gonna be there, but like it wasn't like planned that way because like our spring breaks kind of overlapped and stuff, and they were like they have a senior daughter too, so like, yeah, oh yeah, we're going to Aulani, and they're like, well, sweet, so are we, so maybe we should do some stuff.
Speaking of,
Aloha, Jody.
speaking
Hold on. Shaga.
I, I want to do it too, even though I'm
Yeah.
freezing in
So there's
Missouri.
a freshman
It's
in the
fun.
band that just like on the first day went up to Emily and was like Shaka, and then that was like the theme of the trip. Like I mean, like I don't know who that freshman was, but they're a big influencer apparently on the rest of the band because they all started doing that. Then I started doing it. Then Jody's family started doing it.
I think you'd have to if you're out there. I mean, that'd
I
be fun.
started doing it with like my coworkers over phone
Yeah,
calls on Thursday. I was like, hey guys, when we end a meeting, we gotta go Shaka.
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 There it is.
Oh man.
Did you see Jason's going
Man,
on a
I
cruise?
will tell you, this is like one of the hardest trips to come back from, like the hardest.
Oh,
We
dude.
just had,
I could tell. I was. It was like 70-30. You were coming back. I was worried.
man, it was. I mean, you'll see in some of the vlog hits. Like I was like gonna chain myself somewhere, man. Like I
I
did
thought
not
you
want to
might.
come
I
home.
thought you might. I was scared. I was
I
like,
seriously like considered
oh.
five extra days.
I was
I
like,
was
the
like,
cat can
I was like,
broadcast.
let's just do 5 more days.
I was
Like,
like, my guy at least can podcast from Hawaii if you have to.
yeah,
So.
like we can stay through the weekend. Come back today.
All right.
Oh man, but you gotta, yeah.
Let's
There's
do
not.
a
I don't have
show.
an endless amount of money or time off. So
I know. I wish we had more of both.
yeah,
We're
I
going to talk
know.
about it tonight, but we'll figure out something. All right, let me get the TV. Cardinals choked the first game of their doubleheader today.
Tigers got a sweep. But we're
Hold on,
playing the White Sox, though. I mean,
dude.
you know my rule, though. I don't look at
I
standings until
know.
Memorial Day. So it's like, so I kind of know what. So if I start missing out on a couple Tigers games, I'll lose track of the record. But sometimes they'll show the record on the TV. But I try to avoid all standings till Memorial Day.
I know. But like, I was like, they're gonna be terrible. Then they won their first 3 games, and they give you hope's the worst thing ever. And
They
then,
do give you hope. See, the Tigers are the opposite. We got swept by the Dodgers to start the year.
I mean, everybody's getting swept.
That was awesome because I'm out in Hawaii. Those games were starting at like 4 in the afternoon, and that would have been 10 back home.
Yeah, that is true. I could not do sports in Eastern time zone.
Sports in Hawaii is the best. I mean,
Oh
you
yeah.
wake up at 6 a.m. and college football games are starting.
Oh my god, that would be heaven. That'd be.
I mean, it's the best. You roll out of bed and it's like the Fox game of the day, Ohio State versus whoever is playing.
That would be all. That'd be unbelievable. That would not be right. Burn says hello. Okay, so here we go. Too many things going on. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the VOGP Open Line for Sunday night, April the 6th, 2025. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Sunday night to you. Happy April. April showers probably coming down where you are. Let's look for those Mayflowers eventually. Hope you're having a great weekend. Guess what? We've been waiting. I know we were all debating. Is he coming back? Maybe, possibly. We hope. I didn't know. But he is back. He's back in Michigan. I can't believe it. Why he would leave Hawaii, I have no idea. But you're a friend of mine. Hashtag Scotty G back at the controls. Glad to have him back. Scott Shaka.
Aloha.
Aloha. What's up, brother?
I am back. It was painful as ever to leave the beautiful 75-degree weather every single hour of the day. Basically, you wake up at 75, you go to bed at 75. It's the best. And then I came to like 24 hours of rain. So hopefully those Mayflowers are coming. But kicking off here, I got to go to you real quick. So it's April 6th, as you said, and you were kind of sneaky about this. I didn't know this was happening. I found out on the Discord that Mallory's prom was this weekend. Like, I had no idea. I didn't know like anything about the dress she had or all the dress shopping. And then I'm like, dude, Emily's prom's now for like another 6 weeks. How is your prom already in the first week? So, but congratulations to Mallory. Her and her friends look beautiful. The guys look fantastic, but congratulations on her junior prom.
Yes, thank you for that. And it was the prom that almost didn't happen. I don't know if you saw the drama, but we've had tons of rain here in the Midwest. There's a lot of places in the country. I know they've had it worse, like down in Tennessee and other places. But it just rained and rained and rained and rained and wouldn't stop. So the sister high school had their prom on Friday night. Our prom was on Saturday night last night. And 15 minutes before the prom on Friday night for Francis Hall North, which is a sister high school, canceled 15 minutes before. So, I mean, the kids are out getting their pictures. Of course, they couldn't do them outside. So they're all trying to find these indoor locations, right? They're like at our casinos, because like, they're not at casinos, but they're in like the lobbies, right? Because they have, in the lobbies, they have like,
I know the Maristar has like a really nice lobby area.
They were at the Maristar getting, they're just trying to find a place to take pictures where it wasn't pouring. So they're all, wherever, we see pictures on Facebook, everybody getting their pictures, everybody, dressed up. So 15 minutes, they're all getting ready to get in the car and go over to the country club where they have the prom. Well, we see the picture. The police shut down the road because the road was seriously, you couldn't see the road. It was under feet of water. And so there was no access to the country club. And so they had to do it. I mean, there's no choice. So yeah, no prom, and it kept raining on Saturday. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be ugly. Right. I'm like, oh, do not want to be around a teenage girl who's done all, hair, nails, tan, all this. I'm like, this is not going to be good. But somehow we got the text at 4 p.m. They're already doing their pictures, all this stuff, dresses. They're all together, like 25 of them. We're going to, it's a go. The road is open. Somehow I was like, I don't know how, because it's been raining all day. I don't know where all that water went, whatever, but to God be the glory. Let's go. And they got their prom and everybody had a good time. And, they got to wear their dresses. So yeah, but you're right, man. Prom for us, when I was in, this is what I talked about on Mike in the Midwest today, was it prom was us, like it was like prom and then school was out. Like
that's how it is for Emily. Like they graduate like the next week, basically. Yeah.
That's how it was for us too. I mean, it's just super early, but there it is, done. So we got it. Yeah. But so there we go. So I guess tonight, let me ask you, I mean, back to you though, you're back from Hawaii. How is the adjustment back to the real world?
The adjustment isn't too bad. Like I do a pretty good job with these time adjustments, knock on wood or something. I've been lucky with that. But yeah, I adjusted fine the day we came back. I slept for like 4 hours, took a 4-hour nap, and then just forced myself to stay awake till like 10 p.m. like would to be a normal time, which would have been 4 p.m. Hawaii time. And then yeah, just woke up the next morning. I wouldn't say I was ready to work, but I was awake to be able to work. And I mean, the reality check is always rough when you come from the most beautiful place, when you come from paradise. But luckily, I only had 2 days, right? I came back on a Wednesday morning. So I only had to work Thursday, Fridays. So then I had this weekend and all that. So it's been good. It's been good. And now I'm ready to get back into my routine. But man, am I missing paradise right now.
Best part of your Aulani trip. I mean, you did more than Aulani, right? You did kind of basically it was like a split, right? Because you did the first half at the
Royal Hawaiian Hotel in Waikiki. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, apparently Liz didn't want to leave there. I saw from like,
did I show you that video? Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah, exactly. And then, but I mean, you went to Aulani, which obviously is awesome. So, I mean, like if there was one thing real quick off the top, we'll open the phone lines here in a second, talk some news, but like what
at Aulani specifically, I mean, I love, I'm a foodie. I love Ama Ama. I love that restaurant. It's their signature restaurant right there on the ocean. You're getting the ocean breeze. You're watching a sunset. The location is perfect, right? Where you can see the sunset from right there. And then we were fortunate enough to eat with our friends, the Binnings, that night. So we had like a big table for the 7 of us. It was just a great way to close down a day. Now it was it was really early for the Binnings. It was like their second night or third night. So you kind of like want to have that near the end, but we did a very cool thing on our last night too. It's kind of Aulani-ish, but it's from so Aulani is like in this area called Ko'olina on the island, So there's like a Marriott, a Four Seasons. There's these other hotels. It was kind of used to be industrial, but it was kind of built up for like tourism and these nice resorts. So it's a nice little area. But there is like they have like a marina down there too. So we booked a sunset cruise through the marina. And that was awesome. So you could like see the Aulani resort as you're sailing away. It started off really rough. It was super choppy. I mean, we were just heading out there. It was windy as heck. I mean, it was so choppy. Poor Lindsay, the Benning's daughter, kind of got a little motion sickness, so she went back inside to the cabin for a little bit. But they're playing like Bob Marley music, as you're sailing out, like you're feeling the breeze. It was overcast, so there really wasn't much of a sunset, but just enjoying the boat ride. And then once we put the sail up and turned around and you're looking at Aulani as you're coming in, then they switched it to yacht rock music. And man, I was living life right then. Then you could start seeing the sunset too. They gave us a charcuterie board snack too, which is kind of awesome. And then there was drinks. That was really cool. And the funny thing about that is I was supposed to do that on our last trip to Aulani, but this is like the biggest goof I've ever made on vacation. I had the day wrong. Oh. So we had a really awesome day on the North Shore last time, just having the best day ever, right? Wrapped it up at the Mexican restaurant across the street. And then as we're having that dinner, we're like, oh man, I can't wait to do the sunset cruise tomorrow. Well, fun fact, the sun cruise was happening as we were having that meal. And then the next day we were like, yeah, we're here for the sunset cruise. And like, yeah, sorry, bro, that was yesterday. So big goof last time, but I made up for it this time. I had the date right, thanks to Jody. I knew Jody, like she's a big time planner. She wasn't going to let me miss that one this time. And it was terrific.
Man. So we get it. We have a comment over here on Instagram. I don't know if you see it. It's from JB Raps, and he says, Scotty G, is the Rainbow Reef snorkeling at Aulani worth it, or should you stick to the ocean? Did you do any of that?
So I've done the Rainbow Reef stuff there. I didn't do it this trip. I did it before. Like you can kind of feed the fish a little bit too. I've actually never done the snorkeling part there, but I hear it's really nice because I mean they have a ton of fish in there. You kind of walk by like aquariums when you get through the pool, so you can kind of see the fish out there. So that's kind of a different way to see the fish too. But I see people doing it. It sells out really quick every day. For me personally, I kind of like being in the ocean and like kind of discovering on my own because like that way it's like a guaranteed way, right? That you're going to see fish. So that's kind of cool too. But I kind of like exploring on my own and kind of doing some snorkeling that way. But I would recommend it though if you want to make sure you guarantee that you can see some fish for sure.
Good tip. All right, so we have a lot to talk about tonight, but if you want to call in, I know Craig's getting ready from down in Louisville, getting ready to go out to Aulani. I think it's his first time heading out there with his wife in May. So that's the next month. I can't believe next month. Holy cow. So if you want to ask Scott something, anybody, if you've ever been to Aulani, you want to go to Aulani, call Scott. We could talk about all kinds of stuff. We got the big summer for families coming up down at Walt Disney World this summer too. The kids zones coming to Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Goofy's going to take over the new Communicore area at Epcot. Kids activities there. Kids activities back in Storybook Circus as well. We have offers for 50% off kids tickets 3 to 9 for some dates. We have the dining plans back, free dining, all kinds of stuff. So if you want to talk about that, we could talk about that. Whatever you want to talk about, it's on the table. And also when you call in, Paul threw this out in the Discord channel. The password for tonight, we haven't done this for a while. Like the password to kind of talk is where you would like to be right now at Walt Disney World. So Scott, where would you like, if you could just zap yourself in on property at Walt Disney World right now, where would you be standing, sitting, or otherwise being at Walt Disney World?
Man, that's a great question. First thing that came to my mind, I want to be sitting on the People Mover, catching some breeze and looking down at Tomorrowland. Doesn't that just sound so nice right now?
Yeah, it does. I mean, because it's so cold in both of our places. Like, and again, this is the time of the year, I think, for both of us, because you're in Michigan, I'm in Missouri, that I think you also had, I mean, you just got back from Hawaii, so this has got to be terrible. But we've had days already here in where I live where it's been 85. I mean, I've had days where we've seen people like with their tops off of their Jeeps and stuff and convertibles, their tops down. So it's been really nice for decent stretches of time. And it's in the 40s and windy here again today. And there's a freeze warning again for tonight and tomorrow night. So it's brutal. So you're right. I'd love to be somewhere where it's warm to get a warm breeze. But you know what it's so weird because I get these weird, like, just things like I'd like to be watching the Carousel of Progress right now.
Ooh, like we're both hanging out in Tomorrowland. I like
Tomorrowland, exactly. But I have not seen, I don't know if last time I didn't see the Carousel of Progress because like of time or something. But yeah, I haven't
seen. Recently changed the seats, I think, in that theater too, right? Did I see something about that?
I saw Ben laughing. He
That's
put a
who I
nice
shot from.
Instagram post. Only people like us would put an Instagram post about new seats at the Carousel of Progress. So I
Right.
need to
He
check.
had an epic shirt on their little trip too that like it had like their kids' faces on it or something. It was very embarrassing. So kudos to Ben for that.
Oh yeah, well yeah, because I had to help him because he actually didn't have PhotoPass that trip, and so he's like, "Dude, hook me up," and so I like looked, I was like, "Oh, yes, I will
Nice.
text you those pictures. Those are epic, and you can put those all over social media because your kids will die. That'll be awesome." Yeah, that was
Absolutely.
yeah. When I saw them, I was cracking up. I got to preview those. And Donna says, and that would be Ricky's mom, it is 85 and beautiful tonight here in Central Florida. So thank you for rubbing that in. That is great.
And
also,
Jody had a comment that my favorite thing should have been hanging out with their family. And I think I kind of said that, right? I said my favorite thing was that ama meal with their family. So absolutely. And Mike, you would have loved our so they do a mixology thing. I have done both times I've stayed at Aulani.
absolutely.
So you got to be DVC and you got to be on it. So like I told, because Jody, I don't even think Jody knew about it, who was like a big time planner. So I was actually surprised. I was happy to surprise her with something like, yeah, we can book this mixology thing. They got to do like 30 days out, and there's like a secret number you have to call. So she kind of handled that. And I had the same mixologist as last time, and the guy is a magician behind the bar. Like he makes like the best drinks, and so we went back a couple nights and he was working. So then we asked for some. We didn't even like order a drink. We just said we sat outside, so we weren't at the bar. And we would just say to our server, like, hey, can Aiku make us something special? Like we always order something special. And like they were just awesome every time.
You got to, we were talking about this before we went on the air tonight because I was kind of catching up with you because we hadn't talked in a little while because you were gone. And I tried not to bug you on your trip because I knew it was like a special trip with M for senior trip. And the thing is like you said this, and this is exactly what I think, Aulani reminds me of when we get out there because Pam does want to go to Hawaii really bad. And she's getting ready to retire after the school year. So we'll have the time event pretty soon. Is that, it is kind of like that cruise experience, right? You just, because you actually get to be in a place and just relax. You're not chasing around to theme park, which is fun. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going to theme parks. I mean, this is what we do. But I mean, you get to have nice food. You get to go on the lazy river. You get to have great restaurants. And you can get, like I saw you guys. I mean, I was watching on Find My Friends all the time, going to Pearl Harbor and going around to those restaurants and here and there. And I saw you on the ATV. I saw your little head, your little icon, your little cartoon guy. I was like, dude, because all you see is the terrain. I was like, where is he going? It looks like Jurassic Park or something. And that's what I think you were at a Jurassic Park place. But I mean, it was just, you get to go on these little adventures, but you get to, but you're not going far, which I thought was kind of fun.
Yeah, that's always been my strategy with Aulani is like, because it is very resort-like feel. There's so much to do there from entertainment and activities. Because there's like, they don't do like trivias or anything, but there's like ukulele lessons and art of animation classes. There's all these different things you can sign up for. So I try to do kind of like a resort day where you just wake up, you're like, you know what? I know we have a car and all that, but let's just hang out at the resort. Let's rope drop the pool. Let's eat here. Maybe we'll walk across the street because there's other restaurants there too, but try to like isolate it to the resort. And I try to do like 2 to 3 of those, like a trip, like every other day kind of a thing. So we'll do the North Shore one day, we'll do Aulani the next, then we'll go to the east side, and then we'll do Aulani the next. So like it brings this balance, and it's just awesome. Then you just run into the same people all the time, having a great time. A lot of DVC members start making conversation with them, whether they own the resort. It's very cruise-like because everyone's just chill, not in a rush, right? There's like, you're at the resort, where are you going to go? I mean, there's places you can go, but if you're doing a resort day, you're just going to hang out there, and it's the best.
That is perfect. And Mel in the chat, who's tuned in over on Facebook, she's down in Australia. So thanks for tuning in down in Australia. Happy Monday to you. Says, I'd like to be sitting at the dessert party watching the fireworks.
That's awesome.
Okay. That's
you always like to talk about inside baseball, and I love sharing everything. So Mel messaged me maybe like right before my trip, and she messaged me that they have those Starbucks mugs I like in Australia. And I was like, okay, we got to work on something. I think she might be coming to the States this summer, so like maybe we can we have to do a transfer, because I would love to meet Mel to begin with, and then if a Starbucks mug is involved, then absolutely.
You're speaking Scott's love language. Yes, we're getting all the weather reports. Carolyn out in beautiful Southern California saying it's 80 degrees and a beautiful day after some gray, slightly rainy days. So it is getting better in SoCal. Thank you, Carolyn. We love the check-in because she always gives us the great information on Disney. Craig's asking, speaking of Craig, down in Louisville, Kentucky, we're bouncing all over the world tonight. He's asking if you did the luau this trip or what your did you do it
Yep.
this time? What was the story with the luau?
I'm 2 for 2 on the luau. I've done it both times. And so I think Craig might already have it booked. So I'm, I mean, either way, whether you book this or not, I prefer the book I don't know if it's called the premium package or it's whatever their top package is, because you get to sit closer to the stage basically, and then you also get to enter the luau first. So there's always these activities. So you can do ukulele, you can get like a lei wristband, or you can smash and make some poi. They just have like these like fun little activities, and you're like the first ones to do it because you get to enter first. And also by entering first, you don't have to wait in a long line where it might get, because like I swear like the general admission ticket area is like it's very sunny. So like I swear the sun is just beaming on them. So we have like a shady, I say we, but the people with the premiere have like a little shady area. Then you just come in and bam, it's just an awesome time. But even if you don't, Craig, it's gonna be a great time. I love the luau.
By the way, he did preferred, so he's good.
That's my guy. That's my guy. He did prefer. That's the way to do it. And what's funny about that, a seat is assigned, and I have this theory because I read it online once too. I think they do the seating based on when you booked it. So if you were like the first person who booked, they're going to give you like the best seat. And I felt like we had maybe the second best seat, so we must have been like the second group that booked it. I just have this weird theory on that, but
Well, and Jody says just our families and Robert Herjavec from Shark Tank.
oh yeah, yeah. So the guy from Shark Tank was at the luau. Yes,
really.
yes.
I'd imagine though you might run into celebrities out there because that has to be a very popular destination for the celebrity crowd, right? I mean, because Disney, and I mean that is a very luxurious. You're in Hawaii, and the Venn diagram of Hawaii and Disney with Aulani, there has to be celebrities out there
for sure. Oh, absolutely. And one of my tips for the luau is also with the premier or premium seating is that you get to go to the buffet like earlier than everyone else. I think that helps because
now you're talking my language right there.
You know, it's fresher and all that. And then my tip for that is like, so it's hard because like you're walking through there, you want the fish, you want the chicken, you want all the starch items, the salad and all that. And your plate gets really full quickly. And juggling 2 plates and a camera, mind you, I was trying to film and like that was like impossible basically. So my tip though is kind of like just stack it, just stack the stuff on the plate or try to do 2 plates. You can go back, absolutely, you can go back, but once you get back to your table, you start talking. Like, me, I'm a talker. I think Craig is a talker too. You start interacting with other guests around you, and then bam, the luau resumes, and then you're like, oh no, like the food's gone. I'm not gonna go up there and get my food now. So I say like try to go hardcore that first time. Maybe don't get your desserts. If you eat fast, then maybe go up and make a dessert, or get your plate, sit it down, then go back and grab a dessert plate to have for the rest of the show.
You're killing me because that's my kind of food. Like I just remember the luau at the Polynesian, and I loved.
Oh, you love the luau. That's right.
My God, I went 3 times. I went 3 times to the one at the Poly. Like, get me to Aulani ASAP. All right, we have our first call. They're coming in now. Of course, we didn't have any calls. Three came in at the same time. All right, first call. Hit it right away. Who's joining us? Who's there?
This is Sean.
Hey, Sean. Thanks for calling in. Where are you calling from?
Well, I'm sitting on the porch right now at Saratoga Springs.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. We'll give you a ding on that. That's not right, but that's what I thought. We saw it in the chat. You're winning.
So,
Nice.
Well, I don't know. It's been in the 90s and very humid the past couple of days, so it made springtime surprise a little rough.
That is true. That is true. They made you sweat it out and earn those medals. So give us a race report. How was the weekend?
Weekend was good. Wife and I, we started off, we went to the expo on Thursday. We were Club Run Disney members, so we got to go in early. We were gold members, so we got to do the whole Brooks shoe experience, which was actually very well organized, I will say.
I heard that.
So, yeah, when I don't know if you guys remember, but when you guys go in and how you had the merchandise on the left and how you used to have the queue on the right and you line up in there, that's where they had all the shoes for you to try on and fill out your order form before you actually went in to the merchandise area.
That is a great idea because you have to get, size. You gotta have a size. That makes it super efficient.
It ran really smoothly. I was in and out of the Brooks area probably 5 minutes.
And you know
So
what?
they
And that makes sense because they can sell more shoes that way. The quicker, the more efficient they are, the more shoes they can sell. Disney needs to take a nod from that. That's good.
Yeah, they had, and like everyone was all worried about the shoes. Like you had a limit of 4 and 1 per style per shoe per person. And we went back to the expo on Saturday in the afternoon, and they still had plenty of shoes.
From what I've heard,
So
they're gonna start selling them online tomorrow on Monday. Is what I've heard.
Yeah, that's what we heard too. I'm guessing that the springtime surprise actual shoe, I'm guessing that one won't be, since I'm guessing it's going to be exclusive to the weekend.
That would make sense.
So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and then the nice thing is when you went in, they had a display of the 4 shoes that you could buy. Then underneath, they had 4 silhouettes of black shoes that said "coming soon."
That could be the shoes. Yep.
So my guess is it's going to be a shoe for like every weekend that they have.
Yeah.
So, and I will say the Brooks shirts, they are much more lightweight. They are a little smaller, but the only thing is, like, you can really feel that graphic on the logo now. That you could definitely the weight, you can feel the weight of that.
Interesting.
So how are the rate? I mean, of the rate. So you did you did all 3, the 5, the 10, and the 10.
Yep, we did all that. Finished up today with the 10 miler.
So give us a quick like highlights. What was anything surprise you or anything stand out of the races besides the heat?
I will say that the probably the biggest highlight was, I mean, you had a bunch of unique characters, and it was probably the best music from all the races that we've been to. And it started off with the Groot 5K. So, of course, you had Guardians of the Galaxy soundtracks playing. So you had all the classic music from that. The unique characters were, I mean, you had Hades out there. You had Doctor Strange. You had Groot. I mean, it was overall a really good weekend. And, I mean, they had everything running smoothly.
That's good. So no hiccups. And yeah, because they did the Guardians for the 5K at Disneyland in January, and I love the music. I haven't seen the movie, but like that 80s and 70s music, that was my jam.
Oh yeah,
I love that stuff.
That's so good.
Yeah, I mean, you had cast members dancing all over the thing, especially running through Epcot on that 5K with that music just blaring everywhere. I mean, just running through Epcot to begin with at that time of the day when no one else except for the runners. I mean, you can't beat that. And then you had that soundtrack. That was perfect.
That is awesome.
So Sean,
go ahead, go Scott.
I was going to ask about the resort a little bit. So I did springtime, the inaugural year, and I stayed at Saratoga like you are right now. So as a golfer, I just got to know, you're sitting on the porch. Do you have a golf course view, or is it something different that you have this time?
I'm currently looking right now across the lake over at Summer House on the lake.
Oh, nice. So
hey, shout out. You know, look at Paul, because Paul's coming up a boat right now. Listener Paul on Facebook, he says he's getting on the boat heading it says I'm getting on the boat from Saratoga to the Springs right now. So he's out there. So give a shout out to Paul. He's
like,
I got one heading from the Springs over. I don't know where it's going, but it's going by right now.
That could be Paul, right? He's about to wave. There it is.
That's what we do.
That'd be great if we just hear like faintly in the background.
He said right now, he says he's waving. He's over on Facebook. He says he's waving. That's so funny. Oh my God, what are the chances?
That's a great view room from your porch there. I really like that.
Yeah, and it's especially nice, especially since doing the challenge, that we have a ground floor, so you don't have to go up any steps today.
Yeah,
that's always
that's the worst part of a race, I think, is taking the steps to the bus and off the bus, and then any other steps you take the rest of the day.
Honest to God, I think going down steps is worse, but
it is. Sometimes you got to walk backwards. Sometimes.
Yes.
Just hold on to that rail.
We went over to Hollywood Studios to get some pictures, and just getting off the bus, just getting up out of the seat, it's like, oh man, this hurts.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm just gonna go for a round trip. I'm gonna stay on the bus.
Yes, exactly. That's no joke. So what do you, I mean, are you guys DVC or do you guys stay at Saratoga frequently? What do you think about the resort?
My wife has a goal to stay at every single Disney Resort. So we like to spread it out. We're not DVC, but we're annual pass holders. And especially since with my work schedule only being able to come down after the season and before the season starts, it makes sense for us to do the pass holder since we're down here that many times. But Saratoga's starting to grow on me. Just the convenience of Disney Springs and actually walking around the resort, and especially being on the golf course. So that's definitely a huge plus. That and Old Key West.
Oh, you're speaking my language here, Sean.
Okay, so I just made the connection. You're ground crew from the Discord over there, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay, I appreciate it. So good. Okay, I love making those connections, and I'm super slow, so I don't make those connections right away. So you just posted something I wanted to talk about, was that build your own Mickey bar from Goofy's Candy Company over at Disney Springs in the marketplace, over by the marketplace. So I've never heard of that, but I love this idea where you basically so tell us about it. I mean, you posted a great picture with all the options, but I thought this is awesome. I want to do this.
Yeah, I mean, we just found out about it, and we just got done eating at the boathouse, and I'm like, oh, I'm already stuffed. I'm definitely going back sometime this trip. But yeah, you could pick the Mickey bar with, I think you could do 2 toppings, and it comes with the whipped cream and a cherry on top, or you could do up to 6 toppings.
Holy
and it's kind of like the Rice Krispie treats that you make. You create your own Mickey bar. Put whatever toppings you want on it.
This is what my wife says is wrong with America, because she's like, we don't just have to have the Baconator from wherever the Baconator is, from Wendy's or wherever it is. She's like, you got to have like the daddy of the Baconator that's got, it doesn't have to have like just 8 slices of bacon. It's got to have 16, and then 8 pieces of cheese on top of that nowadays. Like, we can't just have a Mickey bar, which is really good. You got to have a Mickey bar plus whipped cream and 8 different toppings on top of the Mickey bar. I'm like, but that's what makes America great. Like,
oh, for sure.
Holy smokes, that's a lot. But oh my God, that's
sure.
vacation. I saw that. I was like,
just let you know, Paul went by and he shouted and we waved. So.
Oh, this is the greatest moment of the live show.
It is. We're bringing the world together right here through technology. That is awesome. So I got to ask you one other thing. Dead serious. So when you're at Walt Disney World, are you always like checking out, how everything's groomed, and I mean, you have to, right? It's like a job hazard, right? I mean, it's
funny because I'll look at the golf course and I'll see if they're mowing or anything. And like the other day, we were coming back from the race, and we had the windows down, and I told my wife, I'm like, oh, they just sprayed something on the golf course. She's like, how can you tell? I'm like, well, I could smell it. And then when we were at the expo over there at ESPN, I could tell, because they had us go through the baseball stadium this time in order to pre-queue into the bid pickup. So we went through the baseball stadium. I'm like, okay, baseball stadium looks good. Then we went outside to go get our T-shirts, and I'm like, oh, they just resided their field, and they're go ahead and they're top dressing. And my wife's like, you just can't leave it alone, can you? So I am looking to see, like, for me, it's stuff that nobody else probably ever picks up on. But I'm like, oh, okay, I know what you guys are doing.
I 100% get it. Anywhere I go with my dad, he destroys any kind of audio visual system. Like, I'm like, dude, you're not working. Just relax. I'm like, it's fine. Like, just let these other people do their thing. Like, because it's not your way. It's okay. Like, you're not on the clock.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like that. Like,
yeah.
I'm just like, glad I'm not working. I'm the opposite of my dad. I'm like, it's fine. Like, I don't have to do this right now. I'm thankful I'm not working right now. But my dad's like, oh my gosh, they should do this. I'm like,
yeah, I mean, I think sometimes the same way. I'm like, well, they could do it this way, but I'm like, nope, that's not my thing. I don't work here. It's they do it the way they want.
I got to share this comment for Sean, though, because I know he can't see it because he's on the phone with us. But the boat captain offered Paul the horn, like the microphone to the boat to yell at you. But he said he's pretty loud naturally. So sounds like it worked because you could hear him. So that's hilarious.
Oh, yeah, I heard him.
God, I love this. That's too crazy. All of a sudden it's turning into Six Flags. We're turning Walt Disney World into Six Flags. So
No, it's like the 6 degrees of like the Be Our Guest podcast,
Yeah.
and like bam, we're just like everyone's connected.
Across the Sasagula River. Oh my gosh. Hey, well,
you guys will love this.
go ahead.
We had at Olivia's before the 5K.
Oh,
So
nice. So
Like the night before or like that morning before the 5K? No, I'm just kidding.
no, you say you just What's
Like
that?
Olivia's has like a 2 a.m. menu. What?
Yes.
So did you go with the chicken or a different option? Because I don't really honestly know what else they have. I'm just kidding. I mean, I know there's the Duval burger and other
I
things
actually
too.
went with a different option because I'm like, well, it's supposed to be humid. I'm like, I really do want to get the mashed potatoes and fried chicken and all that, but I'm like, it's probably not going to be the best running in 12 hours.
That's true.
So I actually went with the catch of the day, which was salmon.
Ooh, nice. Love me a good fish. That's
It
great.
is good. You gotta have an iron stomach to go for that buttermilk chicken and still run. I do, but it's not a good idea.
Yeah, I figured the night before run, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Smart. Not smart. Oh my gosh. So, and the medals looked awesome too. I mean, I think they did a great. Disney is killing it on the medals. And also, one of the things I want to talk about tonight real quick was that virtual series that got announced. Oh my God. People lost their minds over those medals, those theme park medals like Jungle Cruise and Pirates and all that. And they sold out like lickety split.
They had those medals on display at the expo, and they are absolutely huge. They're probably about as big as my hand.
And I still don't understand why they sell out of those things. Like they could make a million of them. I mean, like it's a virtual race. Like there's no capacity. Like I don't. It causes.
I just don't understand why they can't do that for an actual like in-person race medals like that. Theme park.
I've been telling my wife for years. I'm like, Disney needs to do like attractions for an actual.
Yeah.
So like even like Springtime Surprise, do like an attraction based.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they kind of did that first year with Springtime Surprise because they brought back the Everest challenge, like the 5K. So it was like
they used to have
an Everest medal. But yeah, they need more of that. They need more of that. Or the Tower of Terror one. Is that what you just said, Mike? Yeah.
Yeah, they used to have that every weekend was called the Tower of Terror.
Yeah, it was the best.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But yeah, that was the first year that Springtime came back was that when they did the Everest and the Tower of Terror.
Yep.
So yeah. I have an interesting thought. Like I think about this sometimes. So they do like 4 race weekends in Florida, and then like the one in Anaheim, which they used to do 4 in Anaheim as well, and they always sell out, right? Like what if they like what if they just went crazy? Like yeah, we're gonna do 1 a month or something. Like I mean, I think like would they still sell out? And I think they would. I think they would still sell out. Logistically, I think it'd be a challenge because there's so many other events that are always happening. Like these are always strategically placed on the calendar to get more guests to visit, right? But it's just like I think if they tripled their amount of races, I think they would still sell out every time, which is crazy to think.
I think they still could do. I think they would just have.
I mean, to get that many people there at 3 o'clock in the morning, I mean, they definitely would have a good sized crowd if they did one every month.
Yeah,
yeah, I totally think they could. I think they're just like I think they might grow like the people they'd have to deal with, like the police force, and like the community might not rally around them to close the road. The Walt Disney World wouldn't be as big of a problem, but like Anaheim closing the road 12 times a year, that'd be an issue. But Walt Disney World, they could absolutely do it. But do they want to cause inconvenience to guests 12 times?
I know that's the thing, they don't. But it's just I just think of like those people that like go for every race weekend, and like I think there's be plenty that still go if they added it.
Yeah, 50% of the people who do the races would do 12 times a year. I bet 50% right now. Because I mean, I wouldn't, because I couldn't afford it. Like, I mean, I don't do.
Here's a great number for you. We're always doing like odds makers. Like, I want to know like how many people at Springtime Surprise did all the other race weekends this year.
Ooh. Well, okay, let's do it real quick. I'd say
they asked that question. There was a decent amount that raised their hands and all that.
Oh yeah, because it was the end of the season.
Yeah, I would go 25%.
I would. Yeah, I'd probably go. I might even go 30%. Yeah, because there's a lot of people.
Here's a question like my wife and I are debating. Like a perfect season for a challenge, like a lot of people did the challenge, but they didn't do the 5K. Would you consider that a perfect season?
No, I'd say perfect season's every race.
That's what I would think too.
Yeah, I missed a perfect season once. I didn't do the 5K at Wine and Dine, And then I did Dopey, and then I did the Princess Challenge, and I did Springtime. Then I was like kicking myself, like, why didn't I just do the stupid 5K? Why did I?
It's 3 miles.
It was more of a PTO thing. Like, I didn't want to be there a day earlier.
Exactly. It's not even the distance. That's what it, yeah, that's what it usually, that's a lot of reason people don't do Dopey. It's not they can't do, they'll do Goofy, but they won't do Dopey. It's not that they can't do an extra 6 miles. It's the 2 extra days off of work.
Or the 2 extra mornings of.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think it's, but more than that, I think it's like just getting off of work. It's hard.
Right.
I mean, and it's money. I mean, it's a lot.
Especially like with that, because it's like right after the holidays. It's always so hard. Like just start digging into your PTO that first week of January.
Yep.
Well, Sean, it sounds like it was a great weekend.
Absolutely. We appreciate it, bud.
Yeah, we got the rest of the week to go before we go back to Ohio. So.
Oh, really? All right. Enjoy it.
Dude, don't rush. Ohio will be there, and it won't be as fun as Walt Disney World, so take it easy. Enjoy that break.
I know, because once we get back, it's pretty much back to the seasonal grind. So,
yeah,
got to chase that Super Bowl.
Trust me, we're trying.
Hey,
a Lions Browns Super Bowl would be like the craziest thing.
You never know.
I don't know what the NFL would do.
Right? I don't know. Well, there's a reason why it's never happened, because the NFL doesn't want it. So
there's a lot to
that comment for another day.
How the world would react if that happened.
Yeah, there's a lot to that. You're not in LA, you're not in New York. Yeah, there's a lot. Trust me. From a guy who's lost his football team twice in the Midwest. I understand. Well, good luck. Hey, you do good work. We appreciate you being a part of our community.
Oh, no problem. No problem. It's my pleasure calling in.
All right. Don't be a stranger, and hey, enjoy every minute down there this week. We appreciate you.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Aloha, Sean.
Bye.
All right.
Great call. That was good stuff, man. It was hot down there this weekend, man. I give much respect to everybody who was running.
It was warm.
Oh my gosh. And Kim, who was taking all the pictures, by the way. I mean, she takes care of our runners with those shots out there early. All right, we have another call. Let's get a lot of people are calling in all at the same time. That's how it always goes. All right, next caller. Hey, who's joining us?
Hi, this is Jessica from New Hampshire.
Jessica from New Hampshire. See, we're all complaining about it's cold, and I bet you it's colder up there. What's going on?
Oh, it's very cold here.
It's supposed to be, it's April. Let's get some spring weather. Let's go.
Yeah, well, I wrote in the Facebook comments that tomorrow is my booking day for multi-pass and single rider, and waking up at 7 a.m. to hopefully get all the things we want for next week.
So you'll sleep well tonight, right? You won't toss you won't toss and turn at all.
No, definitely not.
So what are your hopes? What are you looking forward to?
Well, we're going with my husband and myself, and we have a son that's turning 8 on the trip. And I'm really actually hoping to get Premier Pass because it is April vacation, and we're getting a little nervous about the crowd. We have gone in April before, so I know how rough it can be. And we changed our February trip to April, so I have a little money saved up. So hopefully it's available.
I think you could get it if you get on there right away. What park are you going for? Which park?
Going for Magic Kingdom.
Ooh, the big one.
Yeah, I know. like
is there anyone other to choose from though?
No. I mean, the way I always tell my wife, somebody's got to get it. That's what I do. Like
Fingers crossed, we'll get it.
You will.
But my question is we've got 4 park days. We're doing 2 days at Magic Kingdom and 2 days at Epcot because my son's autistic and he takes things slow. We like to take it all in. He loves take his time through everything. But on our off day is his birthday, and his request is to do every mode of Disney transportation on his birthday.
Yes.
So I was wondering if you had any particular route, or if you have known anybody that kind of tackles this in one day.
I just did this with my dad, actually, when we were down for the Give Kids the World show, basically. Where are you guys staying?
Okay.
Where are you guys staying?
We're staying at Pop, and we're doing Chef Mickey's first thing in the morning. So kind of taking it right off of the Contemporary there. Okay.
So how are you going to get over? So you're just going to take...
We're going to take a lift. Yeah, we're going to take a lift from Pop to Contemporary.
Okay. So you could even take a minivan over to...
We could take a minivan, yeah.
If you really want
to really be a complete
instead of a lift, I mean, if you really want to do it right, take a minivan over, and that would be like a bonus, form of
So when you
transportation.
book that, it's just through the Lyft
Yeah,
app,
it
right?
is.
And
Yeah,
the
it's in the Lyft
minivan
app.
shows up.
Yeah, and I mean that'd be. I mean, that's his birthday.
Yeah, that's his birthday.
Oh, you got to do that now. It's not that much more. I mean, it's a little bit more, but come on, it's his birthday.
Okay, I'm adding it to the list. That
Totally.
sounds
Because I mean,
good.
think about that. How that's going to pop.
Mike is just naturally a salesman over here.
Well, I'm cheap. I'm cheap, but I'm saying, dude, it's your son's birthday. I mean, otherwise, the other 364 days, just get the old, Honda Accord, whatever shows up.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
Prius. But I'm just saying, it's his birthday, and he wants to do this. Let's go. I'm advocating for your kid. Okay, so yeah, take the minivan over. So let's go about this. Okay, so the monorail's the first thing, and you got to take it to Epcot, do the loop around Epcot, right, Scott? Okay, so take it from there. What are you gonna do? Come back?
I mean, that's my favorite. That's my favorite ride in all of Walt Disney World.
Me too. That's what my dad loved that too, because he
the ride into Epcot. Yes,
like through Epcot, through Future World.
But then I would take it back almost, because it's a little different going back. Or would you? Yeah, well, yeah. Or the other option, I guess, would be to take a bus somewhere, because you can't get to the Skyliner from there because you have to go into the park. Yeah, so
you're gonna have to transfer it to TTC, do all that stuff.
Well, yeah,
right,
yeah. But then
while I'm in that area, though, I'm taking a boat. Like, I love those Wilderness Lodge boats. So I feel like if you're in the Magic Kingdom area, like, I would stick to doing like the monorail loop there, the monorail ride to Epcot, and then I would do all the Magic Kingdom boats. Wouldn't you, Mike?
Yeah, I would too, and I'd make sure.
Are we counting the big ferry boat as part of this too, or?
Yeah, I mean, if you have the day, yeah, totally. Because, and the thing is, don't discount the boats on the Bay Lake side. You know what I'm saying?
Those are the best boats.
Go back to Fort Wilderness. Like, don't just think about Seven Seas Lagoon, because that side, the backside of the Contemporary, take a boat back to Wilderness Lodge, like Scott said, in Fort Wilderness. I mean, it just feels like a different world back there. Like, you cannot believe you're that close to the Magic Kingdom, because it just looks. It looks like wilderness back there. So, and I don't know, maybe how old's your son going to be?
Turning 8.
Turning 8. I mean, because that's kind of a great place to kind of just roam around for just a little bit, kind of.
I was going to say, get off at the Wilderness Resort.
The playground back there, and, you could just kind of, explore back there by the trading post
or something. I know you would have already had breakfast, but this would have taken some time afterwards. So you might have worked up a little appetite. So maybe get a little snack while you're over there. It's a cool spot. Then you grab a picnic table and sit out and look at Bay Lake before you continue the next leg of the transportation journey.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, how do I get to the Skyliner? That's like the next one I got to try to hit.
I would take a bus, because you got to take a bus still, right?
You got to take a bus.
Right, we didn't take a bus yet. Yeah.
I'll go back to Magic Kingdom and take a bus to one of the resorts, maybe like Caribbean Beach, but go to the hub.
Well, you could here's another thing you could do if you wanted to. If you ended up at Fort Wilderness, and this is kind of fun. You could take a bus from Fort Wilderness, because there's an internal bus system at Fort Wilderness, which is kind of fun if you're not having to take it a million times because you're staying there. If you only do it at once, it takes you around the loops, and then it takes you back up to the front to where you catch the main bus. It'll take you back out to wherever, and you could take it to. Well, that would take you. So I guess where I would take it to is Hollywood Studios.
Because then you could take the Friendship boat.
Well, I mean, because he got on the Skyliner from Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. Or the Friendship boat too.
Or the Hollywood Studios is a great place to go, because that he gives you the boat or Skyliner access, so you could jump off from there, and you could have flexibility, because because with kids you never know like what's going to happen, right? And like if you need to go back to Pop for some reason, you're right there. If you would have to like take a midday break or something. I mean,
I would almost take the Friendship boat from the Hollywood Studios. Then you stop at all those resorts. Then you stop at Epcot. Then you get on the Skyliner there at Epcot.
That's a good plan. Then because you got a Friendship boat then. Yeah. So pretty much covered. Then you got the Skyliner, and you can take it over maybe that evening, maybe go over to the boardwalk. And just kind of
sounded good. I was making a plan. Okay.
It's going to take some time. It's gonna fill the day for sure. I feel like at least
at
least the mid-afternoon.
And I said, we're going to be there. What do you want to do on your birthday? Any of the one Magic Kingdom, Epcot? And said, no, I want to go to all the transportation in Disney. Okay.
He's gonna grow up to be like us, like Mike and Scott. That's exactly what I love. I love the transportation. And Carolyn's got a great idea. She goes, now, if you really want to do something nice for his birthday, like they do have carriage rides, like the horses and stuff over at Wilderness, or at, not Wilderness Lodge, but at Fort Wilderness at the fort.
Port Orleans.
Oh, okay. Port Orleans has the carriage ride too. Yeah, there's like the wagon ride at Fort Wilderness.
They have so they have them during the day over at Fort Wilderness. I think they're maybe not. Maybe they're in the evening too, but I know in the evening they have them at Riverside. Like they bring out the horse and carriage, so that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would be
fun.
Yeah, plus in it. Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, the Sasagula boats. We haven't talked about the Disney Springs
Oh,
boats
dude, I
either.
forgot about Sasagula boats. Yes. So you get those from Disney Springs or French Quarter, Riverside. I think still the dock's going to be down at Old Key West. It's been down for a while, so I wouldn't go to Old Key West, but French Quarter, Riverside. But you can
Well,
catch them
thanks
in
for all
Disney
the
Springs.
ideas, guys. These are
Oh my
good.
gosh, this is my jam. I love transportation. I love this stuff. This is why you go. This is what Walt Disney World has over Disneyland. It's
100%. Yeah.
Oh my God, this is what makes it better.
But what's great about this is like you can see all these different resorts too, and then just hop into like one of their like activity centers. Like I know they say like a lot of like the Old Key West one or Saratoga, like they say you have to be a DVC member, but a lot of times you can just hop in there even if you're not and just do a little activity, get some air conditioning because I know it's been hot there too.
Yep.
So I think it's fun to just hop into some of those resorts and do some of those things, do a little shopping, get a little snack along the way. This is sounding like an epic birthday to me.
Oh man, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just
Sounds good.
Yeah, schedule a dinner somewhere at one of the resorts to give you like a spot to like have just a midpoint to rest and eat.
And then I celebrate at my home at your resort you're staying at, Pop Century, with a tie-dye cheesecake.
Oh, 100%. Oh my gosh.
I know. And I told him, I said, I think that the Pop Century Arcade is the biggest one on property. I'm not sure.
It's pretty big.
But
Yes, it's awesome.
he got excited about that. So we'll end up there, I'm sure.
Paige,
that beach club one is pretty big too, if I recall. Like, didn't they expand it or?
It is. It's well, they took some of it though when they expanded beaches and cream.
That's what it is. Yeah. So it's actually gotten smaller.
It's gotten smaller. Pop Centuries is awesome. Like I'll tell you what, my daughter, who is now 28, she loves that thing still to this day from the time she was like 5. I mean, I have as many pictures of her in that arcade, I think, as I do in the Magic Kingdom, because she was like a little, they had this little game that had a little rubber ball. They had to like pick what color it was going to land on. It was like a little gambling game. I don't know how they got away with it. I don't think they have it anymore. It's called Colorama. She always
had to get rid of those games.
Dude, I don't know how they got away with it.
Remember they used to give you tickets and stuff, and they got rid of it because it was like a game of chance.
That's exactly what it was. It was betting. And she was just like, you looked at the picture of her, she was just locked on. I was like, this is gambling for like 8-year-olds. I don't know how this is legal. But I mean, she loved it because it's skee ball. Like we always played skee ball and, the pinball and all kinds. It's a great arcade game, arcade place. It'll be fun. You'll have a good time. The characters come to the resort now too. So you get to see the characters in the lobby. It'll be fun.
I know. He's really hoping to see Pluto.
Oh, that's a good character. Oh, so what's your son's name? We got to tell him happy birthday.
Ryan.
Hey, happy birthday, Ryan, in case he checks us out on Thursday. So we can let him know.
Oh, he does. He listens
good.
to us all the time.
Okay.
I had to leave the room so I could talk to you. But
okay, good. There we go. Just want to have a good birthday.
He will listen for sure. Thanks, guys.
That's
all
awesome.
right.
Happy birthday, Ryan.
Hey, good luck in the morning, and may the force of all the keyboards be with you, and let us know how it goes.
All right. Thanks so much.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Okay. Bye.
And 8 is going to be great.
Yes. All right. Just trying to get Ryan everything he's got coming to him. All right. We got our next call. Hey, who's joining us?
Hey, I just real quick wanted to make the live stream come full circle. It's Paul.
All right, Paul. What's up?
House, looking back at Sean over at Saratoga.
Oh my God.
This is the best.
This is too crazy. Okay.
When he said Paul, I was like, I know this is going to be full circle. This has got to be Paul from the boat.
So we're up in Michigan and Missouri, and you guys are just like, just
waving at each other.
Exactly. You guys are like a quarter of a mile away from each other. Yes, this is great. So what's on your agenda tonight at Walt Disney World besides cruising the Sasagula?
Well, ironically enough, there's a band that I like playing at the House of Blues at the Spring, so I'm going to be going to that show in a little bit.
Oh, that's great.
Like I said, I just wanted to call and talk to you guys and say, just saw Sean across the lake.
I can't believe it.
I sent you some pictures via email, but this is the trip that I called you guys on a couple months ago. I had my bicycle shipped down to MCO.
Yes.
I put about 250 miles on over the course of the past 3 days, just bebopping around everywhere from, I started at Wilderness Lodge and did a lap around, the Magic Kingdom circle there. Then night 2 was at Saratoga. So I went to like the Violent Premium Outlets and around Old Key West and everything. And now I'm over at Riviera. So I just been packing my bag up like a vagabond and moving around and covering some ground. It's been pretty awesome.
So you actually, when you sent me this email with the pictures, you rode from MCO over to Walt Disney World on your bicycle, correct?
I sure did. Yep.
So I mean, is Orlando and Walt Disney World, is this like bicycle friendly? Is it, because it seems like that's the most dangerous place to even drive to me.
It is very not bicycle.
I was gonna say, that's what I was thinking.
I would not recommend it to anyone. And I will not be doing it ever again. So.
Glad you're still with us. I mean, it seems dangerous. Yeah.
I mean, I spend a lot of time on sidewalks and in the grass. But as long as you're like, when I ride my bicycle, I'm like hyper aware of what's going on around me.
Good.
So you could cover some good ground. And it's a good time. I mean, like I said, I won't do it again. I got this bike for free. I asked my Facebook group of someone who was getting rid of a bike. And then, ironically enough, per your recommendation, Mike, I went 2 nights ago and saw Yeehaw Bob down at Riverside. And on the way back, I don't want to get anyone in trouble, so I won't say her name, but there was a cast member who had just finished the college program and was moving down here to start fresh. I said, "Hey, do you need a bicycle?" And she said, "Yep." So she's picking it up tomorrow, and I'm taking the mirror shuttle back to MCO and flying home.
Paying it forward. I like it.
Lake St. Louis, Missouri.
Works. It's not very nice here. Trust me. Enjoy the nice weather while you're there. It's brutal up here. It's soggy and cold. There's a freeze warning tonight. But let me just tell you, I mean, that's great. You know, she comes out ahead. You got taken care of what you need to get taken care of. But I mean, what a great, life's an adventure. And fortunately, you made it through the adventure. But yeah, I mean, like our friend Jason, who lives in Celebration, he's like, "You biked where?" Because it just seems like I was in a big old Jeep down there driving around, because I don't rent a car very often. But when I was down in early March for the Give Kids World thing, I was driving around Orlando. I'm like, this place, like, it's not even safe to be driving around Orlando anymore. Like, it's just wild. Couldn't even imagine like bicycling. It's just wild. So
I spent a good amount of time on the shoulders and the grass. It didn't get really bad till I actually got to Disney property when they watered the grass really regularly. It's like pedaling through molasses.
Yeah.
But outside of the Disney area, the ground just dry and dirt and all that fun stuff. So
Sean's gonna find you right now. You just talked about riding a bike through soggy sod. I mean, he's gonna find you and be like, "You did what?" So you better keep your distance.
I hope Sean goes to the House of Blues and like catches up with you, and watch the band tonight.
Exactly. He knows where you're going to be now. He's like, "I'll take one ticket, please."
I'm looking right across from where he was. So I don't see him out there still.
You better hope that concert is sold out.
But I did the 10-mile run this morning too, and that was my first ever Run Disney event. So that was a good time.
Because I remember the call, and I thought you were going to do like at least one of the races. So did you go for a swim to do the try? Did you do the triathlon?
I wish. I don't like swimming.
Oh, okay.
So it was your first Run Disney experience. So, I mean, you've obviously heard and, all the stuff we've talked about it and seen all the social media stuff. So what was your experience? Did it live up to the hype? What'd you think?
It lived up to the hype when it came down to the experience of the characters, and just running through the Disney parks. I only did the 10-miler because I wanted to run through as much Disney parks as possible. So, you go through basically the entirety of Epcot and Hollywood Studios in the 10-miler. So that was really cool. All the unique characters along the course were really cool. They moved those lines along really well. But normally the events I do, you're kind of spaced out, and it was just very crowded all the time. And it's hard to run around a lot of people that don't like that. I want to say the run etiquette's not there. When you have people running shoulder to shoulder across lanes so they can chat, and you got to go in the dirt around them. Mm-hmm. But when there's 12,000 people in a race, kind of got to do what's going to happen.
Yeah. And so were you like in one of the back corrals, or did you have a crowd front, or?
I was actually in corral C.
Okay. So it wasn't too bad, but yeah, it is. I mean, cause you get it is different than like a race, right? Because people are in the costumes. I mean, I saw people that were, back in the costumes, like, the cardboard boxes and everything. I mean, because they are fun races, right? I mean, that's what makes the Run Disney races what they are. I love getting pictures with other guests in their costumes because they're amazing. I don't know how people run in those things. Like, I can't even hardly run in, my regular outfit, just clothes, and people run in.
Well, it's really funny
and stuff.
When you pass the same person like 8 times, because you stop at every character and you cheer them along every time you pass them. Like, yeah, keep going. And then you stop at the next character and they pass you. and then you run past them again, you cheer them on again, and then you get to the next character, they pass you again. So
you have a doppelganger.
You start to recognize the same costume because you see it 8 times in a race, and they're just trucking along, and it's great.
So would you do it again? I mean, or are you going to stick to your kind of hometown races, like back here?
I will probably stick to the local bicycle races. This was the first time I've ever run more than 1 mile at a time, just so you know. I didn't train at all for this. I just kind of jumped cold turkey into the run. So it was just more about the experience of going through the parks for me.
Cool.
I finished like an hour and 26 minutes, so I felt like that was a pretty good time.
That is really good.
That's a really good time.
That's really good. And by the way, there's a Cottleville it's called Taco of the Town 5K in May. So I'm just saying, you get a taco.
Yeah, so my son's got a soccer game that weekend, and he plays on the Cottleville soccer team, Cottleville United soccer team.
There you go.
The fields are right there up a highway end.
I was gonna say, man, you get a taco and a margarita for running a 5K, man. It's like 30 minutes of work, and you get a margarita and a taco at the finish line. You know what? That's across the street from me. I'm doing that sucker. That's my language.
The other one in St. Charles, I'm doing.
Yeah, I did a half marathon. I did the one that was out by Francis Howell, and I got a PR on it one time. But dude, that thing is hilly. You got to run all the way out to Defiance. Oof.
Yeah,
no thanks.
That's a haul.
I did.
It's really funny because I posted my run on Facebook today, and everyone's like, "Oh, congrats on the PR!" And the reason it's the PR is because it's the only run I've ever lost.
I saw you say that. Don't ever say that. Just be like, "Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you." Just keep saying, "Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you." Don't say it's your first one. Thank you.
The first and only. Nope.
No.
I'll do maybe some 5Ks.
There you go. Well, hey, thanks for calling in, and man, you made the show tonight, and it's so good to talk to you. Enjoy your time, and we'll see you back here in the Westplex.
All right, you guys have a good night.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Aloha.
Oh my gosh,
that's funny, man. Our first call, and then last call, they like are connected. Amazing.
He's riding a bike around Orlando. He didn't take Magical Express, man. He took like the
Bicycle Express.
Bike.
I'll never forget that call though. The first time, like when he called and shared that story, and like, you're gonna do what? And then, sure enough, there it is.
And he's going to House of Blues for a concert. I have actually been to House of Blues way back in the day for like, I don't know if it was so long ago. I don't know if it was a concert. It was like everybody was dancing. It was like a club, and it was crazy in there. This was probably 20 years ago, maybe more than 20 years ago. That place was wild. Like,
I was gonna Google what the band was playing actually after we got off. I'm curious because he said it was one of his favorite bands.
But you never hear a word about House of Blues. Like
I know. I was glad he brought it up.
It's one of those like places at Walt Disney World. Like you never hear a word about it, and it's been there forever. It's like I can't believe we've never talked about it. Anyways, we're gonna have some good shows. Now, I was gonna ask you about this after the show. I'm gonna ask you real quick on the air if you can't do it tomorrow, but I've mentioned this on Mike in the Midwest. So you know what next weekend is, right? I mean, you're a golfer.
Well, it's the Masters, obviously.
Right. Okay. So if you can make it, I would love you to be a part of our show, at least for the Friday show, because what we're doing for Friday's podcast, we talked about it in the clubhouse about 3 weeks ago. Friday show is we are going to each create our own Walt Disney World Masters Champions dinner. So we are going to have to come up with an appetizer, a couple of entrees, and a dessert from Walt Disney World restaurants.
Okay.
That we would serve to all of the other guests.
Oh yeah. I'm familiar with the dinner. Yeah, I get it.
So,
Okay.
I mean, if you're available tomorrow, even if you can't make the listener question show, this is kind of your jam. Like, because I mean, it's where golf meets. It's a tradition like no other.
No other. Yes.
Masters. So, so I'm just saying, so if you can make.
So we know what the Scotty Scheffler meal is. So let's see what the Scotty G meal is.
Exactly. That's what I'm going to lead into, because it was like his meal was like my jam. Like,
yeah, he always. Well, this is the second time he's done it. Yeah, it's always like, very interesting.
I could go with his stuff because it wasn't super fancy. I'm like
the steaks and
yes, I'm like what he picked was really good. So I'm going to read his choices for what he's serving. And so what it is, like the returning champions, right? Or like who's invited all the green jacket.
Yeah, whoever won the last, who's the reigning champ, basically. Then they have the champions dinner. So everyone that's still alive that was a former champion, they're hosted by Scotty Scheffler, and he gets to choose the menu for the.
That's a great tradition. I love that.
It's an awesome tradition.
Good. I said it right. That's what I thought it was on Mike in the Midwest. I kind of talked about it, but I was like, I'm not sure this is how it works, but I think this is how it works. And that's why I thought it was. Okay, cool. So that's what we're gonna do on Friday's show. So I'm super excited about this. I've been waiting for the Masters to come around since we did talk about it in the Discord about a month ago when Scotty Scheffler announced his menu.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be thinking about tonight. Like, where's my favorite appetizer? We're going to do 2 entrees and a dessert, appetizer and dessert. So from restaurants at Walt Disney World. So if you can join us for that one show,
Okay.
it'd be cool because
I don't want to be around. So.
Okay, because I'll leave you out on that one because that's like, dude, that is your thing. Like, it's golf and Disney and food.
I'm just gonna pick Narcoossee's. I'm gonna take the Narcoosse's.
Yeah, exactly, whatever. Because you can pick from any restaurant. So I think that'd be kind of fun because everybody can pick theirs. And we'll talk about it next Sunday night and see what everybody picks for theirs. And the Masters will be wrapping up. So, and the show will come out on day 2 of the Masters. So we'll try to do that. All right, we're going to duck out. It's time so we can get going with this another week. Another week. Gone. Holy cow.
Another week not in Hawaii. That's sad.
I've never been. So someday, man, I was watching you and it was like, God, you are so
it's close. Paradise. It's
crazy.
Paradise.
I'm watching you, dude. Your dot is like, it's unbelievable how close to the ocean you constantly are. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
I live in my swimsuit when I go there, basically. Like I packed like all this stuff and I come home with I come back with a half a wardrobe I never wore because like I just wear my swimsuit the whole time.
So real quick, next to Aulani on Google Earth, there's like a big chunk of land that looks undeveloped. Is that still undeveloped?
Yeah, it's like industrial stuff kind of over there and stuff too. But yeah.
But it looked like there's nothing there next to it. It was weird. It just looked like empty land. I was like, God, I can't imagine they would have empty
I think
land.
there is some empty land over there. Yeah.
Huh. That was interesting.
Like down the road. Yep.
Okay. And then it was
I've never actually gone further. I think it's west of that area. Like it's funny, like when you're on the H1, the freeway, and you take the exit for Aulani, there's always like a traffic jam like right there. And so I'm always wondering like where are those people going? Because like I always like in my mind, like the road just ends there, because this is where my final destination is. So I'm always curious where the people are still going.
I got to get out there because every time I watch you, I'm just like,
it's the best.
I know because then I click on the 3D.
And it's just not Aulani. I mean, I'm just saying like everything else we do is like,
I know
it's just paradise, man. It's just
like I was looking around here at Pearl Harbor, like there's different parts of the harbor and like the Arizona. There was another kind of like inlet and stuff. I was like all over.
I could just live in on the North Shore, man. That is my jam.
Oh my gosh.
I need to get to another island. I need to get to Maui or Big Island next time for sure.
All right. So we're going to jump out of here. We'll have the shows this week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for you. Don't forget. And we'd love your support over at the Magic for Less Travel. When it comes time to book your next Disney adventure, we are there to help you plan that trip for no additional cost to you. So check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. That one extra click supports everything we do throughout the year. beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys make all this possible. We could not do this without you. You can support us. It's just $5 a month. It's like a cup of coffee a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show every week. It's called Mike in the Midwest. This week, we talked about prom memories from the 1990s and how they're different than 2025. I'll tell you what, a lot different. Tails on tuxes. That's what we did. They don't do that anymore. So come on over.
I wore a tango hat.
You wore what? So I talked about like you could be a baller and like get a top hat or like a
I wore a hat.
That was when you went all in. Yeah, so
I didn't quite wear the white tux. That was the thing too at my school, man. White tuxes, but
I never did that. We went black.
I've always been too messy of a guy to pull off a white tux.
Yeah, no, dude. I just like, but you could either go vest or you could go like tie and cummerbund. It was a couple options. So anyway, check it out. Patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. We want to see you over in the clubhouse. We have a good time there 24/7. It's beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. That's our Discord server. It's like a live chat message board. Over 1,300 listeners of the show hanging out there all the time from all around the world. Come on over. It's free for everybody. We want to see you over there. Check us out on the social media at Be Our Guest. Mike is where I am on X, Instagram, and Threads. Scott also on the social media at EpScott. But mostly, you need to check him out because content is getting ready to flow like water down the Nile River. And you can check them out at Must See Adventure. So, Scott, what do you have in the pipeline? Because I know you had to go buy a new memory card about 2 days before the end of your trip.
Yeah, I ran out of space on our Aulani trip. I think I had like 20 plus hours of video I took. Now, I'll tell you, like, I trim a lot of this when I edit these things. So at least I have stuff, right? But during this episode, Mike, as this aired, as we were doing this live show, I dropped a new episode.
Oh, dude, you're multitasking.
Look at that. So it's our we're still on our Thanksgiving trip from Walt Disney World, but this is a a senior photo session. Ever wonder what a magic what's it called? No, capture your moment. Ever done a capture your moment session? We'll go behind the scenes and share stuff about that. We also go to Dinoland, which we thought was the last time we were going to ride dinosaur. And then right after that, bam, it's going to be open all of 2025. So it's kind of funny as we're saying like, oh, this is our farewell of the dinosaur, but we'll probably do it again this summer. But it's a lot of fun, a lot of Magic Kingdom, a lot of Animal Kingdom. And you stop by Beaches and Cream for lunch and see some listeners of the show. So that's even better. So like that, subscribe to it because I'm doing the big push. I got 20 new subscribers this week because I called out for it. And then you all are awesome and started subscribing, trying to get to 1,000. We're going to give away, I think, like 550 Disney gift cards once we get to 1,000 subscribers. So you don't want to miss out on that. So subscribe so you can be part of that.
Yes. And the subscribers jumped up. So again, Must See Adventures, check it out, YouTube, and subscribe, like all the videos. Get over there because the content, from Hawaii is going to be happening here.
Yeah. What do you think I should do next? I have such this backlog. I have like a Wish. I have me in Vegas, but I feel like I got to do Aulani next, right? As the series.
I'm not a video guy, so I don't know because I don't know if people want because I'm just chronological because in my world, everything happens instantly.
I know.
I publish instantly. I don't know.
I have stuff from, I have a Vanderbilt, I have a Nashville trip that I took last year.
I don't know what I would do. That would I'd want to put everything out all at once. That's just,
I know.
me. I don't
it's
know
just tough because I work full time. This is not my job, but it's so hard. But yeah,
because the thing is, you go on so many dang trips. Video editing is so much more time consuming than a podcast. I can, have this out tomorrow, and I would lose my mind.
I always do a poll. I think people always want the most recent thing, so it'll probably be the Hawaii trip, which will be fun, But
throw a poll up in the.
The Wish is kind of timeless, right? I can show a Wish cruise 6 months from now, and it probably won't change that much,
That's a good point. Yeah, put a poll up in the Must See Adventures channel over in the Discord.
There we go. Let's do it.
That work. All right. So we're going to jump out of here and catch you this week over on the shows and, of course, in the clubhouse all week, all the time. So until we get back together, you guys have a great Sunday night and a great week. Great Thursday for checking this out on the feed. For Scotty G, I'm Mike. Wishing you a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. Scott's a Hollywood producer.
That was a fun episode. All three calls were great.
They were good.
Our conversation before was good.
Coming in at the end, though, always at
the end.
The first 30 minutes we're sitting there stall. Then everybody, they were 3 at a time. I'm oh, here we go. All right. Well, I'll cut you loose. And if you could make it tomorrow for both or one of the shows would be great.
Just actually be around. So okay. Pam and Ricky are both coming too, you think? So
I think so. I know Pam is. And
man, four of us. That doesn't happen very often.
I know. So it'll be fine.
I usually tap out when I feel like it's too crowded sometimes, but if you really want me to be there, I'll be there.
I don't 4 people is harder, but for this show, it'll be fine because I've been making them a little bit shorter anyway. So I'll make the intro shorter and I'll be aware. We'll make it work because this one would be more fun with you. Because it's it's the Masters. It's
the Masters.
I know.
I'll be curious about everyone else's menu sound like too.
I
can learn in real time. I'll still download and listen to the show because I always do. But at least I don't have to wait.
So. And Craig says Aulani should be next over on Instagram, but because of course
this is going in a month.
Exactly.
He's Scott, finish up those Thanksgiving episodes tomorrow and start doing that.
Exactly. So I haven't even told Ricky and Pam that's what we're doing. So you and I are the only ones that know what we're doing. So we'll have a little jump on them.
Okay, there we go. There we go. And so we have no excuses. Ours should be really good then.
Yeah, mine are pretty. I don't go that many different places, so mine are pretty predictable. But I'll try to come up with something. I'll think about it.
It'll be good. It'll be good.
All right, I'll show you on the email link when I put them out. God, Cardinals getting smoked again, 7-1. Jesus.
Oh, you guys are playing Sunday Night Baseball, aren't you?
Yep, dude, we're terrible. We had hope. We were 3-0. Now we are what we think we were.
Long season.
Like Dennis Green.
That's why I don't look. That's why I don't look at the standings till Memorial Day. What happens now doesn't even matter.
They are what we thought they were.
That's funny.
Anyway, all right.
I think I'm just got home with it. We're gonna have some meatloaf. I'm gonna watch the new Must See Adventure because it just dropped. So
there you go. I will too. All right, enjoy the meatloaf.
All right, thanks. Tell the girls to say hi. Mallory looked awesome, by the way.
I'll let her know. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
We'll see you.
Right, see you. Bye.
Hi, everyone.